Hi, I'm Willie Robert Thomas from Atlanta, Georgia. Good to be with you today. I got something I need to talk to you all about. I think it's very important. I was just thinking this morning while I was getting myself ready to go to work. I was thinking when I came on this channel today, how could I describe something without saying it to you all to help you all understand by using your common sense? You know, you have these games they call like tell the truth games here they give you hints of what it is, but without denouncing the name. You know, if anybody says something pertaining to the name or close to the name or saying what it is, then most likely they'll get disqualified. Okay, I'm gonna come up with a little game this morning. And when I start saying something, I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to act like I'm playing the game with someone else, but it's going to be me doing the whole thing, okay? Okay, I'm finna get started right now, okay? If I say religious, person going to say Jehovah, Yahweh, Quran, Bible, Buddha, Baal, Satan. They're gonna call all kind of religion, and I say no. I say because I'm looking for a certain kind, you know, and I say religious. Then I say book. Then I'll be a little bit more specific, you know, and then they'll be saying like, okay, Bible. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, ding, okay, that's it, you know. What I just did, I was just trying to show you when I'm talking about religious, when I'm talking about a book, how you're gonna refer to a religious book as a Bible or any other religious book. You know, it'll come to your mind, Jehovah, Yahweh, Yahshua, Buddha, Bela. Any of those books. When you say religious, when you say books, you think of that. You think of that. You know. But let's say, if I'm trying to say something else, when I'm talking about divine, okay, you know, and I'm trying to get somebody to say something without using his name. I say, I'm doing the game again. So someone, the sun, the moon, the stars. Then that person gonna say God. What I just did, I just gave you an example of how everybody view God. It's different than the religious book. When you talk about religious, you talk about books. You're talking about things created by man. When you're talking about God, the supreme being, then you don't connect the two. If you're playing a game, you ain't connecting the two together. In other words, the religious book have nothing to do with God. You see what I'm saying? But if somebody say, talking about the game again, they'll say, God, speak, God word. They're gonna say Bible, Quran, the religious books. You see how people just misconstrue God? When you talk about a game and you talk about religious book, they won't mention God. When you start talking about the things that God created, then they'll mention God. But then when you start talking about God's word, they spoken word, then they'll go back to the religious book. How could that be so? How could people, I'm just saying, using our common sense, how could that be? If God is existed in the books, if you playing the game, if you start talking about religious book, you would say God then. But people don't don't say God then. They only say God when you start talking about the sun, moon, the stars. And then when you start talking about God's spoken word, then they'll go to the religious book. I'm trying to show you another way that people have converted us to believing that man made written something, that man written down, saying that it came from God, and it didn't come from God. It came from them. And understanding things and understanding how to break the cycle, how to go forward, how to put a lot of stuff behind us, we got to go to the source. We got to put the spotlight on the beginning when all this started. So once we put the spotlight on it, then we'll know why we came up, why our mind thinks the way it thinks pertaining to this thing right here, you know? That had nothing to do with divine living God. What we have to do, we have to depend on the divine living God, the one who made the sun, the moon, and the stars. You know, not the man-made God who made heaven and earth. The divine God didn't make that stuff. That man made. You could be in the state of heaven right here on earth. If you went out there and you played the lotto and you hit for $1 billion, you're in the state of heaven. You can be in the state of hell if you ride down the street, somebody jump out, you don't see him and you hit him, you run up. Now they charge you for murder. Now everything you don't work for is gone because now you're sitting in the jail cell. You can be in the state of hell. It's a state that man and women done created. That's why men and women try to condemn you about the book, the Bible. They done took the stones out the people's hand, and now you got people using the Bible to convict a person, to tell a person you're going to go to hell if you don't live according to what it says in this book, which that is totally wrong. We as people, we have to put the spotlight on it and realize when we're being misled by any religion organization. When the main thing growing them, the only reason they bringing this stuff to you, because they making money off you. Had they not be making money off you, then a lot of time they wouldn't even take the time to go and try to teach a damnable doctrine to you. If Creflo Dollar, not talking about Creflo Dollar, not condemning Creflo Dollar, if Creflo Dollar wasn't making money in his ministry, Creflo Dollar probably be doing something else. TV Jake will probably be doing something. All them world-renowned preachers would probably be doing something else if it didn't give them the lifestyle that they really truly wanted. The same with Jenkins. Jen Jenkins, the same with him. If it did not give him the lifestyle he would want, he'll be doing something else. Some people lifestyle and some people vision is greater than others. Some people want the best things in life, and some people are content with whatever they have. But nevertheless, it's still a lifestyle, you know? Some people lifestyle is flamboyant, and some people lifestyle is basic, you know? Nevertheless, it's still a lifestyle. Hi, I'm here, Willie Robert Thomas from Atlanta, Georgia, trying to bring these things to your attention so we can use our common sense to break these chains what done kind of linked us together in so many years, so we can start thinking as our own individual, but not as a person of wrath or as a person that mad at everybody, and realizing when God create things, we got to realize when God create things, whether a person do right by it or whether a person do wrong by it, God do not get mad at that person or be angry at that person. God realized that's a human beings that they created, both male and female, and knowing with their free will that they can do good and have a beautiful life, or either they can go the way of doing wrong, and they're going to struggle, you know? But that'll be a bed that they made for them. God don't have to chastise them. God don't have to reward them. God have already rewarded them by allowing them to have their beginning, by allowing them to come here on earth. That's the biggest reward that God can give you, both male and female. Want nothing else succeed that reward. By being here on earth, learning about our magnificent God, how they operate, how they love, how they care, how they provide for the whole world, and seeing how God creation, some people accept, some people don't accept, some people just out for themselves, And it's just like anything, when you do a process, you have to weed out the good from the bad. All of them gonna look the same, but they'll weed out themselves by their path they chose. Don't nobody have to judge you. You judge yourself by the things you do with your life. You judge yourself about whatever path you take. God don't have to judge you. You judging yourself. Don't nobody have to stand off by far and judge you. You judge yourself. When a person feel like they did more good deeds than bad deeds, but it's the agenda behind it. Did a person do good deeds to benefit for themselves? Then that really truly not a good deed. Did a person do a bad deed to survive, or without trying to hurt somebody and all this and that? Then that's really not such a bad deed. If a person trying to live, if a person trying to survive. I'm going to give you an example, right? Not justifying anything, but let's say if a young man went out here and he sold drugs, okay? If he sold drugs and he never made nobody buy the drugs, he bought something he was trying to sell. Ain't no different than when somebody go to the store, buy clothes, and try to sell the clothes. You can't make nobody buy the clothes. People do it with their own free will. If a person went and bought some drugs and tried to sell it, and people bought it knowing it was drugs, they was coming to this person to buy the drug, knowing that they was buying the drug, whether he sold it to them or someone else, then that's not a bad, terrible deed, because a person trying to use the money to live because they don't know how to do something else, because their talent, and when they was living on earth, they never took advantage of everything. Not saying that they should take the easy way out, but as saying at some point in time, they have to start realizing, okay, I got to start somewhere. So I might start here, but I ain't got to end up here, The same way when a pharmaceutical, when they sell drugs, knowing that pharmaceutical, them people kill more people than people who sell illegal drugs, because they can get to more people. They can sell it to more people. More people gonna buy it. More people gonna misuse it the wrong way. They devastating on killing is greater than someone who's selling drugs. Let's say somebody was selling drugs, if they killed one or two people, if you I can't even get the word out right now. If you look at it, a person who's selling illegal drugs and he killed one or two people, and you compare it, that's what I'm trying to say. If you compare it to a pharmaceutical company that done kill thousands, maybe millions, it's no comparison. But guess who's gonna take the worst of the hit? Of course, the people gonna make it seem like the person who sold the drug, they the better person than the pharmaceutical company. And that's not right. We as people, we get misled all the time when the greater evil over here, but they shift it to the lesser evil. Nevertheless, both of them is evil. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm just saying, they have you looking at something can only help, only hurt a few people, which that's wrong, compared to something over here is huge, can hurt thousands and millions. You see what I'm saying? And they'll have you give this person over here, when they get caught up in their crimes, they'll do a substantial amount of time. They'll get up to 20 years to life, compared to a pharmaceutical company probably won't even go to jail. And if they go to jail for 2 years and they're out, when they done killed way more people than the drug dealer. We as people, we got to stop letting people lie to us. We got to use our common sense. We got to realize which one hurting God creation the worst. And that's when we can make a difference in everybody's life. And I'm sorry when I get caught on words, and I'm sorry. I be thinking about a lot of things, and it just be spinning through my mind, and I apologize again. And like I was just saying, we got to realize God created us all. God gave us all our own mind. God gave us our own common sense. Let's use the things that God created us, and and keep from getting tricked and fooled by men and women of the earth. Hey, thanks. My name is Willie Robert Thomas. I just wanted to share that with you all today. And you all have a blessed day. Thanks.